When our nervous system is trapped, any animal is going to experience rage, because the opposite, it's going to trigger our survival system, right? Being trapped means we don't have freedom. We don't have freedom to choose. We have a loss of control, right? And so then we feel like we're caged. And any caged animal is going to experience a ramped up survival system, and they're going to be in sympathetic, and then they're going to rage, because rage is one of the what would we say, like responses to being in survival stress and being in sympathetic, is that we're mobilized towards either destruction through rage, right? Needing to tear down, needing to fight, needing to use that energy to flip a car, needing to destroy the threat in our way. And if the threat is not enough money, right? Or the threat is a loss of job, or the threat is, like whatever that threat is that we're seeing in front of us, that the brain has mapped onto it, that is the tiger that's going to kill me. And we're trapped, meaning we can't mobilize any other way. So it's like, there's the tiger and I'm trapped in a cage with the tiger. Well, what's going to happen is, first of all, you're going to feel all of that energy, that surge of energy move through you, and then you can't run away because I'm caged with it. So what's the next thing? Well, I'm going to turn into a raging monster and try to destroy the tiger in the cage before the tiger eats me. And then if that doesn't work, what's the next thing? I'm going to collapse into immobilize and dorsal collapse state, where I'm now in preservation for protection, and I'm just going to basically try to melt into nothingness, right? I'm going to become the feigning death to prevent death. So in front of that tiger, I'm just going to be in nothing. I'm going to be so immobilized. I'm going to be so collapsed. We call that depression, right? So our system has shut itself completely down because it's trapped, or it neuroceives that it's trapped. This is the big question, right? Is it actually trapped? Am I actually stuck in the cage with the tiger? Or the entire time has the cage door been open and I just didn't see it, right? This is kind of like where one needs to go when we're recognizing my nervous system is responding in such a way that it truly believes that it is completely trapped. And this is where Joe Dispenza's work, Bruce Lipton's work, there's other people, out there talking about shifting consciousness states, transurfing, for example, right? Where there's these ways in which we actually bypass, or we actually, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's almost like using magic, because we have to somehow believe that the cage either was never there in the first place. And this is our own spiritual evolution. This is why we want to apply all of this together. We want to apply the knowledge that we're learning about our embodied system. We want to learn how to work with our stressful thoughts. We want to learn how to feel our feelings. And we want to learn how to expand our consciousness and work with the field, the energetic field that is measurable, that we know exists, as full of energy and information. We want to be able to enter into that as well, because it's really only shifting into what we would call the quantum field that we can start to maybe see something from a different perspective and realize like that I'm only trapped because I'm in this one dimension. So if I want to get out of this one dimension and I want to shift my embodied experience, that really, really is in reality in a state of survival stress, because it is neuroreceiving that there is a real threat in front of me. And if we wrote it down, we'd be like, yeah, if I don't make enough money at the end of the month, I can't pay my bills. That means I might be out of a house. That means I can't live my life. That means it could result in death. If we go all the way there, we can understand why our system lives in chronic survival stress, particularly with those two main areas, finances and relationships. Because it's separation, which feels like death to our system, and it's money, which is access to life.